Hello guys, and thanks for tuning in for another video. It's an exciting one today because our HPA engine has arrived for the DMR build. So I'm going to unbox this with you guys. So I haven't obviously been in this package yet, as you can tell. So we are going to look at this together for the first time. Well, certainly put enough duct tape on it anyway. Obviously once I've unboxed this, we'll go into a bit more information about the company and what it does and everything else, because some of you may not be familiar with this company, because in the UK they're not the biggest. They do make great products, so I'll be shouting them out. Right, that's one bit open. There we go. So this is the Mancraft PDIK Gen 3 V2 gearbox. Oh, that's nice, look. A few little stickers and stuff. A few slaps for the old hard case. I've got some duplicates as well, so I'll be able to hand some out to a few friends. Very nice, lovely jubbly. And then this is the main event. This bad boy here. So this is, they do two options with this. They do a in gearbox and out of gearbox version. Obviously I've gone for the in gearbox version because the price difference wasn't that much, and I thought to save stripping down the old gearbox and stuff, it might save me a bit of time. Right, let's get the box to the side. Oh, a lot of extra tube in there. Can't imagine why you'd ever need that much, but and I think this is something to do with the stock, I reckon, and attaching the stock. But we will get to that in due course. It's just a nut and a washer. Right, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. And here is a 6mm airline adapter, so that obviously will go on there, and that is what will plug into my HPA bottle. So let's have a look at this. First impressions. Looks like a good bit of machining. Very smooth. No sort of burrs or anything like that at all. So this is a non-electronic system, so it runs purely on air, nothing else, which is great because it means that you should be able to effectively submerge this gun underwater and it would still work because there's no electronics to mess with, it's just air. That's obviously why it's going to be a semi-only build. But yeah, I will obviously be uploading a install video of this. I'm hoping it'll be quite simple. It should be a case of popping in a trigger in here, obviously opening it up, popping in the trigger, and then closing it back up again and swapping it out for the old gearbox. The only thing I think we might have, well, not necessarily issues with, but the only thing I can think of that might cause slight problems for us is the, well, that's a bit loose, is the nozzle alignment with the hop-up unit. It actually looks pretty good, to be honest. But I will go into more detail on this because I will be doing a new video on this. I tried to put a new bucking and nub in this Specna Arms hop unit, and I mean, it has worked, but I'm not getting the sort of impression on the rubber that I wanted. I'm not sure it would be lifting the heavyweight BBs that I need it to lift. So I have ordered another hop unit, just to, not an expensive one, just one that's plastic again. It's from a ZCI. It should be a little bit better quality, better tolerances. So I'm hoping it will be a bit better because this C-clip really didn't want to come out, and I had to be quite brutal with it to get it out. And I think I've just slightly misshaped it because with the C-clip in, I can see the barrel. I mean, it's pretty darn straight, but it's slightly off. And if I try and twist it, it automatically goes back. So I think the C-clip's slightly off, and that's causing the barrel to be slightly off. And obviously with a DMR build, accuracy is going to be key because we're only going to have that single shot before the enemy probably gets our location. So yeah, the accuracy is going to be key. I want to be taking people out with one shot and not 4 or 5. So that will be worked on in another video as well. So we've got the hop unit coming, and then once we've done the hop unit bucking, we move the bucking and the nub over to the new hop unit, and hopefully that all aligns perfectly. Then we can work out about, or start working on getting the hop unit and barrel and this new engine into the rifle, and getting all the nozzle alignments set up and everything, because that's my only concern here, because it should be quite a simple install in terms of getting it into the receiver. The only thing I'm slightly nervous about is the alignment with the nozzle and the hop unit for feeding and air seal reasons, but fingers crossed. It should be quite simple. It's designed for V2 M4s, so I hope it works. And it has also got this quick nozzle design where you can take the engine out, you unscrew this red part, and the nozzle actually pops out, and you can swap in any AEG nozzles. So if this one doesn't work, I think I will be swapping it out for the nozzle that's in the current engine in the gun, and seeing if that aligns, because obviously that is built for this platform. So, but fingers crossed we don't need to go down that route and we can get it all working relatively easily. Right guys, sorry I had to skip a few steps there because this thing has taken me a while to get sorted. The best part of 2 weeks actually, since it's been delivered. So the engine and the shell that it came in was absolutely fine, but my lower receiver didn't really match up with it too well, the holes and stuff. So the Dremel did have to come out because the whole engine was sitting too far forward. So the back pin and the small pin here were not lining up. So I had to Dremel some sections out the back of the inside of the gearbox here, the inside of the lower receiver, sorry, and that allowed the gearbox to sit further back. Those pins line up. And then I had an issue with the nozzle alignment with the new ZCI hop up that I put in. So I had to play around with the nozzle length, which is quite easy to do on the PDIK. There's a few videos online on how you do that, but you sort of you take the engine apart, or the gearbox apart, sorry, take the engine out, and this red part unscrews off the front, and then there's two little screws that you can play with to make the nozzle longer or shorter. And I've got that feeding well now with a good air seal. So at 90 psi on 0.2s, I'm coming in at about 430, 440 FPS, so perfect for DMR for the UK limits. One thing I would mention about this PDIK, I mean, it does say on their website as well, but it is more aimed for DMR or sort of sniper builds, because the system needs to run at about, because it's got no electronics, it needs a certain amount of pressure once it's fired the BB to reset the system again, so it's ready for the next shot. And the lower the pressure you run, the more sluggish that feels. So I run mine on about 90 PSI. They recommend anything above 80, but I think 90 seems to be about the sweet spot. And then the reset on the trigger is pretty quick for those follow-up shots. So I'll just put the system under pressure now. So it's all under pressure now, ready to fire. And as you can see, it resets almost instantly. As soon as that shot's gone, it's ready for the next one. So you can let off some pretty quick shots if you need to. Hopefully we'll only need the one because it'll be accurate. But yeah, this is the final setup now. Again, I do apologise that I couldn't go into more detail with this build, but it did take a lot longer than planned. A lot of trips out to the shed with the Dremel, back and forth, back and forth. But yeah, I still recommend this engine. I think it's a great engine. So far, so good anyway. So we'll get it out for a game. We'll see how it goes. A little bit more about Mancraft. I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but there were some really bad floods in Poland not too long ago, and their factory or their warehouse or storage facility got absolutely destroyed. So they're just getting back on their feet now, and they are a great company. So check them out and try and support them, because they're just on their sort of recovery from that really bad situation they had. So I waited a little bit longer than I maybe would have liked to get this engine, but I do understand because they've only recently just started getting their shipping out to customers again. So yeah, bear with them, but they are great products and check them out. So yeah, the next video will be a gameplay with this and my new ghillie suit, which I'll do a video on soon as well. So yeah, just wanted to touch base, finish this series off, the build side of it anyway, before we do the gameplay. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye.